Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your love and romance reading for August 2022 or any time thereafter if you happen to stumble upon this video at a later time. But we're going to see what's coming up for Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the area of love and romance. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I do a daily card and a weekly forecast where I talk about everything other than love. Once a month I do a love reading, and that's what this is here. Hopefully you can check out the other videos on the channel as well. But we're going to see what's coming up here for the Scorpio collective in the area of love and romance. Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising, and Scorpio Venus. Let's see what's going on, my darlings. One more shuffle. Well, one more. And we'll get into it here and see what's coming up for Scorpio. I'm gonna move you all just a little bit closer. Alrighty, my darlings. So the first card that's coming up here for the Scorpio collective is the Queen of Swords. Interesting. Okay. Now, traditionally, this could be air sign energy, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Some of you could be dealing with a Libra person. If you have air sign placements, there could be changes or shifts that are happening for you in those areas of your life or in those houses that are aligning you with meeting a significant soulmate or helping you make progress in your love life in some way. Now, the Queen of Swords is boundaries, okay? So there may be a situation of boundaries in your love life coming up for you in your love life in the month of August. But this is a different message that I'm feeling for Scorpio, and we're gonna get real here, my darlings. We're gonna get intense here for a moment. And this was a message that I felt moved to share with you guys in the August love reading, but I was gonna wait to see like if the cards opened up for it or made room for it. And Queen of Swords as the first card, Spirit opened the door and is saying, okay, Amethyst, go and share this message. You can go ahead and get into it now. So we're just gonna do it right off the bat. Scorpio, those of you who don't know, I am also a Scorpio Sun. Scorpio Sun, Taurus Moon, Libra Rising, Virgo Venus. But as Scorpios, okay, some of you may have had conflict in your love life in terms of like feeling a sense of family in your love life with your partner. So some of you may have had cycles or may have had experiences time and time again where you might have a lot of love with somebody. They might love you a lot, you might love them a lot, but there's a lot of conflict with family and friends. And you may feel like in your love life, it's hard to find relationships where you are accepted or you are fully embraced by the person's friends and family. And so maybe some of you have been wanting to manifest that, right? You've been wanting to manifest that. You've been wanting to manifest someone that their friends and family are gonna be good to you, okay? And so that's something that you've been putting out there, or you've been trying to make changes in an existing relationship, trying to, get in good with friends or family. The thing about the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Swords has a lot of heartache in her life. Things are not easy for her. And that's why she's as tough as she is, because she has to be. And the message that came in for me for Scorpio when I was praying and meditating about this subject of friends and family. Scorpio is the phoenix rising of the zodiac. Scorpio is constantly going through death and rebirth. Scorpio is constantly ascending, right? Constantly raising vibration, raising frequency. I don't want to say reinventing oneself, but reaching new stages and new heights. Scorpio is transformation energy. And so as a result, a lot of Scorpios are going to attract people who are longing and yearning to experience that themselves. They may be at a massive transformation in their life. They may be longing to break out of karmic situations. They may be longing for ascension. And so these are the people that are going to be drawn to Scorpio. These are going to be the people that are attracted to Scorpio. But what happens? Lower vibrations, negative energies, negative ego hates change. So, oftentimes, Scorpio, you will find yourself attracting someone or being attracted to someone or being in a relationship with someone that is going through a lot of changes and they're ascending. And so they're going to have friends and family that are going to look at you and blame you for it. You're the problem, Scorpio. Like, you came along and all of a sudden our friend or our family member got these crazy ideas in their head, and now all of a sudden you're coming in and you're controlling everything and you're changing them, and they blame you. They blame you for the changes this person is going through. They can no longer control or manipulate this person. They can no longer benefit from this person, and they blame you for it. And they assume that you're controlling this person because they can no longer control this person. But you're not. If you're a high vibrational Scorpio, you're not controlling this person. But rather you're giving this person a space in their life to step into their power and to be who they are. And so I would love to come in here with the message and say, look, Scorpio, you can manifest anything you want to manifest. You can manifest someone with a wonderful friends, wonderful family. And I'm sure there'll be people in the comments telling me, well, Amethyst, I manifested it. And that's great. I'm happy for you. But the message is this. Some of you are going to manifest it. Some of you aren't. And those of you who aren't, know and understand it's the nature of your spirit and the nature of your being. You put change into motion. You set healing into motion. And change scares people. And so some of you are going to manifest a really big love. But you may not be embraced and welcomed with open arms by this person's friends and family. It doesn't mean that you're not meant to be with this person. It could just be one of the challenges of being on a spiritual path. So I just want to put that out there, and I just want to say that for some of you, you may be finding yourself in this situation. And you might say, why is it always like this with me? Why do people hate me so much? They hate what they don't understand. They hate what they can't control. Okay? And for some of you, you're coming into a relationship with someone that you're giving them a space to be able to take back their power. And people in their life, sadly, are not going to be excited about that. And you just have to accept that. You just have to accept that's how it's going to be. There's no need to convince. There's no need to reason. There's no need to try to win anybody over. It is what it is. This is what the situation is. We just have to accept it for what it is and let it be what it is. Have boundaries for yourself, however, right? It's okay to say, you know what, I'm not going to engage with those people. Or I'm not going to spend time with those people. Or I'm not going to go to this event if there's going to be cattiness and if there's going to be like little insults. And, you can separate from that. But one more thing I want to say is know your boundaries with this person. You might want to show this person, hey, these people are really low vibrational. Hey, these people really don't care about you. If they cared about you, they wouldn't be acting that way. You can't do that. You can't say that to your person because that's going to set off the defensiveness, right? Now this person feels caught in between. They want to be with you, but they have their friends and family, and now you guys are all bickering and saying bad things about each other. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to be in the middle of it. They just want everybody to get along. So they're going to get defensive, and they're going to say, no, my friends or my family aren't terrible. They're not controlling. They're not manipulative. And now you guys are arguing about that. Just let it go and let the truth reveal itself. You take the high road. Don't engage. Don't go into it. Don't fight fire with fire. Don't throw it back to them. Some of you are like, well, I'm just going to match the energy, right? If they're going to be that way with me, I'm just going to. No, don't even match the energy. Don't engage. Do not entertain this. And this person will see over time what is light and what is dark. It will speak for itself. The next card coming up here for you all is the Eight of Cups. So your spiritual journey has a lot to do with your love life, Scorpio, and the challenges that you have had in your love life. Eight of Cups is seeking meaning, seeking purpose, seeking emotional fulfillment and contentment. And so some of you are looking for something more meaningful. Some of you are looking for something deeper. Okay? So one of the meanings of the boundaries of the Queen of Swords is managing our time and managing our energy in terms of efficiency, in terms of where we're putting our energy or where we're putting our direction. So instead of focusing on these outside influences or these negative people, setting your attention, setting your energy towards connecting with the things that are bringing purpose, the things that are bringing a sense of meaning, the things that are bringing a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. Turning your attention to that which is going to build and create and grow and strengthen and deepen, and not getting caught up in the drama. This moon is really jumping out at me. So I feel in this connection, there's going to be a massive embrace. I meant to say a massive release, but embrace came out of my mouth. And that in itself has meaning as well. But embracing the change and embracing this release, there's going to be a massive release for you. And so you have to be ready for that. You have to be ready for the release that you're experiencing as you're opening up to receive this love. Now, some of you have heard me say that the Eight of Cups for me is the overachiever card. And this could also be the reason why some of you are not being accepted by this person's friends or family. They might see you as like, oh, look at Scorpio. They think they're all high and mighty. They have this, they have that. They accomplished this, they accomplished that. They think they're all that. People look at you and they think that you just happen to have everything. They don't realize how hard you work to get it and to obtain it. And so with this Eight of Cups, for me, it's like you work very hard to get these things and to make these accomplishments, but it's not long before you feel like something is missing again. You're like, I'm proud of myself that I pulled this off. I'm proud of myself that I accomplished this, but something is still missing. And so we think, oh, I focused on the wrong thing. I was focusing on my education and I'm not fulfilled. So you know what? Maybe I need to focus on my career. Or you know what? I'm not happy. Maybe I need to go into business for myself. And okay, I'm still not fulfilled. Maybe I need to focus on my love life and personal relationships. And you accomplish all of these things. And you're happy for a little bit and you're like, but something is still missing. And happiness and fulfillment constantly gets attached to the next goal. Some of you have been wanting to manifest your life partner, your person, your significant soulmate. And the Eight of Cups is telling me you're going to manifest this, or you're manifesting this now. This person is here. But it's going to be like all the other times that you manifested something and that you pulled something off, where you're happy for a little bit, but you're like, something is still missing. And you might get really focused on the aspects of this person's life where you're not fitting in, or where you're not being accepted, or where you're not being embraced. And you start telling yourself, oh, well, if I was with someone who, I had more of a sense of family with, or were more accepting, then I would be fulfilled. Maybe this is the wrong soulmate. Well, this is the thing. Eight of Cups tells us that what Spirit wants you to know, what your angels and guides want you to know, is you're working very hard for your manifestations. And you're going to manifest. But your angels and guides hate to see you in this cycle of something is still missing. And your angels and guides are saying, look, the thing that's missing here is you have to work more on your spiritual connection and your spiritual relationship. Because that's what's missing. Once you're connected and you stay in your spiritual connection, you're going to feel satisfied with what you have. You're going to be able to enjoy and celebrate the fruits of your labor. It's really important. And just because you might be someone that has a spiritual routine, you might say, Amethyst, every single morning when I wake up, I do my prayers, my meditations, I have my crystals, my candles, my prayer book, I do my yoga, I do this, I do that. I go to church, or I go to my spiritual center, or maybe you do spiritual work. You're like, Amethyst, I'm with Spirit all day. I'm connected with Spirit all day. I do spiritual work full time. But your spiritual work is not the same as your spiritual relationship. And the problem with spiritual routine is that it becomes routine. It loses its meaning after a while. The same way you have to spice up your relationship once in a while and keep things fresh and keep things new, you have to do the same thing with your spiritual connection. Okay? You got to incorporate new things to keep that emotion fresh, to keep that connection fresh, to feel it, to feel the spiritual connection. So maybe you want to incorporate nature. Maybe you want to incorporate different elements. Maybe you want to incorporate art or music. Maybe you want to incorporate some kind of philanthropy. Anything that you can do that gives you a sense of connecting with this great big source of love and this energy that's flowing through the universe. I feel the person you're dealing with is also on a very spiritual path, and you have to be patient with this person. And I don't mean patient with this person in terms of like committing to you or finding yourself like in this weird long drawn out situationship. I'm not encouraging that. I mean, you need to be patient with this person in terms of them realizing and seeing what you see, because they will see it in time. The next card that's coming up here for you all is the Emperor. Scorpio and Aries energy, right? This is the journey of Scorpio. Some of you could be dealing with another Scorpio or somebody with a Scorpio placement. Some of you could be dealing with an Aries. There's both Scorpio and Aries energies here with the Emperor. This could also be things involving fatherhood. Maybe some of you are stepping into the role of fatherhood, or somebody might be approaching you and wanting to have a child, and maybe that is something you're trying to see how you feel about that. Maybe you're like, well, I don't know, it's kind of late in the game, I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe some of you have been really wanting a child, and maybe you're manifesting this, but there could be something in terms of fatherhood. The Emperor can also be the divine masculine, and so some of you may be manifesting a divine masculine. But this is the thing, okay? If you are a divine feminine and you are manifesting a divine masculine, Scorpio, it may challenge within you any issues you may have with authority, or anything that you're viewing in terms of masculinity or the male energy. On one hand, you're wanting the divine masculine. And I'm going to say something that might be controversial. I said something about the masculine the other day in the card of the day, and I lost a bunch of subscribers. I lost almost 100 people. I'm going to say it here, and it's not going to be a popular thing that I'm about to say, but it is what it is, and it's the message that's coming in. The divine masculine, okay, things that are associated with masculine energy, one of these things is leadership. And so yes, the divine masculine and divine feminine come together and they work as partners and they are equals. But there will be times in which a divine feminine chooses to be in submission to the divine masculine, which means there's going to be some things where you're going to go the road the divine masculine is saying. The divine masculine is saying, we're going to go in this direction. You might talk, you might negotiate it, you may go back and forth about it, you may try to come to an agreement about it, and the divine masculine may say, you've made some good points, I hear what you're saying, but I feel this is the way we need to go. And the divine feminine says, okay, divine masculine, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna follow that leadership. It doesn't mean that your whole life is gonna be a life of powerlessness. It doesn't mean that your whole life is gonna be where you're at somebody else's whim. But there's gonna be situations where you need to say, okay, we're gonna do it your way. And if you're a very independent Scorpio, if you're a Scorpio who's been single for a very long time, that can be terrifying. And that might be something that you have to prepare and you have to embrace. But this is the thing that you need to know. The Emperor is not the Knight of Swords. You know, he thinks things through carefully. And he's going to make decisions based on experience. The Emperor is wise. And the Emperor is going to think about what is in the highest good and the best interest. So this isn't someone who's looking to hurt you or to steer you wrong, right? This is someone who's going to make the decisions that they feel are in the best and highest good. So you're going to have to learn to trust this person's judgment. And that can be terrifying. But as I said, what you need to remind yourself, the Emperor and the Empress, they are equals. This isn't someone who's going to treat you like you're less than. This isn't someone who's going to treat you like a servant. People don't like the word submission because they don't understand what it means. And this is what you're going to learn, and this is what you're going to mean. This could also be messages coming in from a father figure, grandfather, father who has passed on. And they may be coming in and they may be guiding this union. They may be guiding this relationship because it's helping you all break out of certain cycles and heal your family lines. There could be that aspect to it. A lot of you have heard me talk about my grandfather. My grandfather comes in with a lot of messages for me from time to time. And I've told you guys my grandfather was quite the character. I mean, this is someone who loved to party up until he died. He loved to drink. He loved to dance. He loved to dance with young, pretty ladies. He loved to be up on the tables. He was quite a character. But I feel that in his death, he looks back and he sees ways that he feels he could have been there more for the family, or he could have done better for the family. And so he comes in with messages for me a lot in my dreams or in my meditations. And there was one dream I had when I was going through an agnostic stage. And my grandfather was not religious in his life, but he kept taking me to church in this dream. And he kept telling me, you need to learn to kneel. And he was taking me to take communion. I was not raised in a church where we had communion. And he kept telling me, you have to take communion. You have to kneel. And he would tell me, you have to be humble, right? And his whole thing was, wanting me to get married. And I just thought this was an old world immigrant way of thinking of you're a woman, you need to have a man in your life, you need to be submissive. I just thought it was not a message that I really fully understood or embraced. But that's what the Emperor is coming in and telling me. It's not about you're helpless or you're defenseless. It's about working with the masculine energy, accepting and embracing the masculine energy, respecting the masculine energy, and allowing yourself from time to time to be cared for, to be taken care of. And that requires vulnerability. That requires occasionally submission. I'm going to step aside and I'm going to let you handle this. I'm going to back down and I'm going to let you figure out what we're doing here. And that's what my grandfather was trying to explain to me. Like, I want to see you taken care of, but you have to learn to just kind of relax here and kneel down from time to time, right? That's what I'm getting here with this Emperor energy. And so some of you may have messages coming in your way from a father figure, grandfather figure who's passed on. There could be that element here with the Emperor as well. The next card that's coming up here for Scorpio is the Four of Cups. This may make you uncomfortable. You may not like it. But these things are happening for your growth, for your spiritual growth, for your ascension. The circumstances may not be ideal, but this is going to help you to manifest in a lot of other ways. Some of you have heard me talk about the Four of Cups and how it makes me think of what Rumi wrote about when he wrote Divine Discontentment. Like, we realize we deserve more than this. We realize that we want more than this. You can still be grateful for what you have and raise the bar and manifest more. And you may manifest that in other areas of your life, right? This person cannot change how their friends or family are going to treat you. This person doesn't have control over that. But what you can do is manifest this in other areas of your life. And what you can do is raise the vibration of your relationship and communicate with this person. You know, these are the things I don't like. These are the things that I want. I feel here in this case and in this instance, a lot of you don't like the changes that you're going to be going through. You don't like the circumstances of the relationship. But yet this is a divine masculine. Or you're stepping into the role as divine masculine. And that might be making you feel vulnerable if you are a divine masculine. But there's a sense here that you might not like the circumstances. But this major arcana card here says everything that is happening to give you stability, right? The Emperor is stability, structure, foundation, order. And you've been saying, I want stability in my life. I want permanence in my life. And now it's coming in and the inner rebel is tempted to rebel against it. Pray about that, meditate about it, and just know that it's going to take some time to get used to these changes. And that you can ascend, you can call in experiences that are more to your liking or more satisfying to you. I feel here with this Four of Cups, there's some dissatisfaction in location. As I'm looking at this, I feel like you don't like where you're at. For some of the signs, messages came in about relocation. I can't remember what all the signs were right now, but there could be something here in which you feel like you're having to make certain changes or adjust certain things about your life for the sake of this relationship or to be with this person. But any relationship is like that. So I feel what this is you may be a very alpha person and you have to get used to not being a lone wolf. You have to get used to there's gonna be some compromise. There's gonna be some, okay, well, I gotta make some adjustments because now I'm doing this journey with you, right? Like if you're on a road trip and you just want to keep driving and the person's like, I really need to go to the bathroom, we need to stop, we need to make a bathroom stop, or I'm starving, we got to stop to get for food. And you weren't planning to stop for the restroom, you weren't planning to stop to get food, you just wanted to drive all the way through. But these are the kinds of things, when you're in a relationship, you have to take these things into consideration. Because I feel this person is taking you into consideration. And so there's going to be an adjustment. It's not going to be an easy adjustment, but it'll be worth it in the long run because there's a spiritual connection here and there's stability and security here. The next card that's coming up here is the Two of Swords. And this is fear energy. This is like impasse. This is like you don't want to do something, you're procrastinating, you're dragging your feet, you maybe are trying to delay certain things or you're trying to slow things down. And the Emperor is coming in and saying, Emperor is like, it's time. And some of you have heard me talk about the Two of Swords. It's like the signs are here, the writing is on the wall. And if you keep fighting against it, there's going to be a tower moment. So you may as well go with it. Okay? Because it's going to happen anyway. And if it happens after the tower, it's going to happen chaotically. So you may as well do it without the chaos. You may as well do it without the drama. You are being led. You are being directed. Something is happening in your love life that may be changing your initially planned course. And you may not be happy about it. You may be dissatisfied about it. But this is a part of what is meant to happen. This is a part of getting you to your stability, right? We talk about this. We try to manifest things, and we think we know how it's going to happen. We don't get to choose how it happens. We don't get to choose the road that gets us to the manifestation. Spirit decides the road. And I feel in this case, this person is changing direction on the road. You're going down a road you weren't planning to go down. But this is someone that has your best interest at heart. And this is someone who is stepping in with like leadership. Okay? You may want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign, your Venus sign. If this is none of those, sometimes those might resonate more than your sun sign. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. There's a link in the description that will take you to calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. Weekly forecasts are also in the description. I hope you all have a fabulous August. Thank you for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Hope to see you all in the dailies and weeklies as well. Bye, Scorpio.